Hey guys, welcome to Rising Vibrations. This reading will be for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. This is a reading for those of you who can't go back, do not want to go back to an ex, but you cannot seem to move forward. You may have done a cord cutting exercise in the past. It may have worked for time, but it seems to be waning off or have waned off over the years, or months, or weeks. And you just can't seem to get a particular person who you were with out of your mind or out of your life. Not just because you may share kids with them. You just want to be a part of their life. You want them to be a part of your life. But then you don't because you know it won't work. But you just want to get the energy away from them. You see the conflict. This reading's for you. It's for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. If you don't like it, do what you got to do. Share, subscribe. So we're going to look at the general atmosphere of why this seems to be existing between you and your former partner or ex, ex-husband, ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend in a serious committed relationship. We're going to look at also why you're stuck, what you can do, what we can do to help, and look at the general karma. Then we're going to pull a good tarot and read the description if you want to hang out for the end. So for the Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, we have the Two of Pentacles. For me, this is almost a conflict of interest in a way. Conflict of interest is coming through. It's power struggles between you and the other person, your other former partner. Both of you trying to prove yourselves to each other. So a bit of a competitive nature between the two of you, which may have interfered in the relationship and still be there for you. Somehow one winning over the other one. It feels to me also like the Aries may be hung up on the one that seems to have gotten away because they broke up with the Aries, and the Aries wants to kind of have a chance to redo this so that they can be the one to break up with the person. Not literally, but there is this dynamic there that if I could have redone it, I would have broken up first, or I would have ended it first because I knew it wasn't going well. Or even how you broke up, you want it clear that you broke up on your terms, Aries. This is what's coming through. On the part of the other person, what's bonding you guys still together. Why you can't seem to forget about them. Let's look a bit of what's happening for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Why there is still a bond there with this person who they can't forget. We have the Nine of Wands. So this again is a bit like being, wanting it clear who was dominant, wanting it clear who won this battle or the struggle between you. This energy between you was very competitive. One-upmanship. It was an atmosphere of one-upmanship, and who finally won? It seems to be that the Aries feels like somehow the person got one up on them, and this bothers them. This competitive nature of things is still bugging them. So try to be clear with this Aries. If it is about that, it's not really you missing and wanting that person back. You may have had a good relationship in a lot of respects, or even a potentially good friendship. But once the person is away, they're away. And why struggle with these type of issues about who got the better of who? Try to be clear that it could be about that, so you can start to move away from the energy and not feel like you're still stuck on this person, and like this person still has a hold on you. Even if they did win the last argument, even if they did do something to get one up on you. You have to break away from that so this person doesn't have that kind of hold on you anymore. We're not going to take these, even though we had two of these. Flip is the Major Arcana of the Sun and the Six of Cups. That just feels to me like remembering what you had with this person and who got the better of who. Aries is what's really coming across. So let's look at what can help you get unstuck from this energy, unstuck from feeling like you want this person, but you know you don't. You don't want to get back with your ex. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. There's no time. find it when it fits. We have major arcana justice. So there does seem to be this deep-seated need for the Aries to feel like they won. It can also feel like something happened that was misunderstood and they want to go back and correct what their intentions were. They want to go back and show they were actually a good person. It's like they want to go back and redo things. And this may have just been a situation with this person that this was meant to be how things played out with this particular person. Realizing you have to get it right the first time. Sometimes putting the ego down when you're in the middle of a conflict or you're in the middle of a situation or a power struggle that you don't want to lose, and realizing at that time what's more important. Do I want to save face or do I want to preserve the friendship? Not even the relationship, preserve the friendship, preserve the contact. Let things end in a good way so you don't have to feel like you regret how you behaved. This is really what's coming across with what can help and how things went wrong and why you still feel like this person is hanging on you, or you're still hanging on this person's energy. So from the other side, what the status is. And we're talking more on a metaphysical level, guys, because you may not still be in contact with this person, but you feel on a energetic level you're still in contact with them. So what's still happening here? Look at that. We just pulled the Nine of Swords again. You can't make this stuff up. Really, someone did not want to back down. Someone didn't want to admit that they lost. And it seems to me that it was the both of you with this dynamic of wanting to win. And maybe you gave up the opportunity to have a quite positive and substantial relationship because neither one of you wanted to give in. And I think the lesson for the Aries is just to try to understand this in their future relationships. Doesn't mean that you have to try to go back and reconcile with the person. If there's an opportunity, it might be that you do. If you can't forget this person and if you're both available, maybe you ought to, if things didn't end at the point of no return, go back and forget about saving face and reaching out. If it's not possible, sometimes there is no chance for a redo, Aries, and maybe that's a karmic lesson. You have to get it right the first time. I'm going to pull two more here. We have the Two of Cups with the Two of Wands. I'm sorry, not the Two of Wands, the Two of Pentacles. So it is clearly starting to replicate this kind of energy in a relationship. Sometimes when you have those power struggles or conflicts, who's right, who's wrong, you have to find a way to balance this out. And even for the Aries, and not judging, not feel like you always have to be right. Where does it bring you in the end? Might bring the loss of a potentially great bond or partnership or relationship. Because it seems like this person was potentially a very important part of your life and could have been a pretty long-term part of your life. It ended too soon, Aries. It just ended too soon. And you know it and you feel it. And the other person does as well. But it was bound to. And we have major arcana, the Devil. So it was bound to. You guys just had this kind of energy between the two of you that was quite problematic in a lot of ways. Probably a lot of similarities in your personalities. A lot of similarities in how you handle challenges in the relationships. And it's still there, but it doesn't seem that there's any way to really move forward because you both came up with these, on the same spot, the Nine of Wands. So it's just about learning the lesson at this point. We're going to go ahead and pull one of these good tarots. It already came out, the Hangman. It's number 12. I'm going to hold this up and read the description for you. You can stick around if you want or not. Otherwise, if you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. And Have a good one. This is for the Hangman. Number 12, sacrifice and surrender are necessary at times like this. Nothing in life is free, nor does everything happen according to my timetable. When this card appears, I'm reminded that a delay is in my best interest, that until all the elements are in place, I'm meant to surrender to the greater will for the higher good of all. Time for me to let go of my attachment to how I thought things had to be. I am called to surrender and wait to see how things play out. I think that's very appropriate for the reading, Aries. I would invite you to go back and listen to it if you have a way to reach out and just clear the air. It could be helpful. Otherwise, you have to try to do it for yourself. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys back here again soon. Bye-bye.